I often have debates with people on LinkedIn about cold email and prospecting to find out what is the most effective way of doing it. Some people say telemarketing is still a highly effective methodology, cold calling, just blast the numbers. Other people say that you should never cold call, it never works. I've had people say, I only ever deal with people I know and I like. And it's like, well, that's partially true, but unless you know hundreds or thousands of people, you're kind of limiting your potential to growth. Now, if you know some really fantastic businesses who are, will give you all the business you ever need, well, maybe that's fine. But a lot of the clients we work with need to expand their reach more than just the people they know already. They wouldn't need to, do any lead generation if they already had enough in the, in their current network. Sometimes you've actually got to expand your reach and grow your contact base. And the only way to do that, every first contact is always going to be cold. It's inevitable, unless you know them, unless you're a personality, who is high profile and they feel they know you and it kind of warms it up. For most of us, it's really, always a starting point has got to be a cold contact. Now we use cold email to reach out to people to start conversations. Now there is just a method and a process and a decorum really about how you approach people the first time. It's almost like, in a real social situation, if you suddenly walk up to someone, you introduce to someone, and then you spend the next 20 minutes talking about yourself without showing any interest in the other person, unless you're fascinating, then it's going to be quite likely that person's going to get bored and go, nice speaking to you, I've got to move on. Now, if you show interest in people and you have a two-way conversation, that can progress. If there's some common ground, you start to build a relationship. And with cold email, it's exactly the same. Don't just launch in about how amazing you are. Write, a 2,000 word email about how brilliant you are, all the awards you've won, what amazing client base you've got, and yada, 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 all really boring stuff all about you. Focus on the person you're speaking to. Start with short, direct questions and start a conversation. Accelerate that then through to being on the telephone or face-to-face with them. But you've got to start somewhere. We get some amazing numbers with our cold email. We get up to sort of 29% plus response rates from our cold email. Not open rates, response rates. Now, of course, not every single response is, yes, can I buy from you? Sometimes it's, yeah, interesting, but not right now, or it's a no, thank you. But you get a response. At the same time, sometimes it's, tell me more, or it's a referral to the person we really want to be speaking with. But we've got a starting point to work on. We're starting a relationship. We can then use a process to actually accelerate that onto the next steps of a sales process that we're working on. So cold email works, but that same methodology works by using LinkedIn or a Facebook message or a cold call. You start in the right way. Don't launch into a pitch. Don't assume that they know everything about you, and if they don't, you just got to tell them stuff. That's the biggest mistake I see people make all the time. I get emails every day, LinkedIn messages every day of people just launching a huge amount of information about themselves, not really knowing that is irrelevant to me, of no interest to me. And if it is relevant to me, it's not relevant right now, and they've done it in the wrong way and it puts me off. It's in your face. Any relationship's got to start in the right way. Unless you've got something mind-blowingly engaging that they're just, wow, I've never heard of that, I've got to have it. Most of us have got, you've got to start with a good setting that you can then build on. So please, whatever outreach you're doing, firstly, make a decision to go and do it. Don't just think, oh, I'll get all my ducks in a row. I need to redo my brand, redo my website, create a new brochure, create a new presentation, and put off actually reaching out and starting new conversations. I've met people before who've built 6- and 7-figure businesses with having the most basic or even no website at all. But they're proactive in how they start conversations, how they connect. I've met lots of other people who never really grow their business because they're spending all their time, getting those ducks in a row. Oh, I've got to redo my website, I've got to rewrite my content, and they never get going. Sometimes it's just make a decision, start conversations with people, and progress that into a sale as quickly as possible, but start in the right way. If you're in that position where you want to start new conversations, you want to grow your business, you want more ideal clients, make sure you're implementing something that you're trying and testing something straight away. Don't put it off, make a decision. At Master Republic, we use a proven methodology called the outreach formula to actually take our clients' propositions, profile their ideal prospects, build email campaigns and telemarketing campaigns to follow up those emails, so we don't make any cold calls. Everyone we speak to, they've started a conversation on email, so it's a warm call when we speak to them. Doesn't mean every single one's a hot lead, of course. It's not. It's the real world. Sometimes we disqualify people out if they're a bad fit. But of course, if they're a good fit, we then accelerate that over, build intelligence around that prospect, hand it over to our client sales team so they can focus on moving that forward. But please make a decision, do something, test it, be relentless, and use a proven methodology that works. Don't just start from a blank piece of paper and think, oh, I'll just suddenly send out millions of LinkedIn messages that don't work, or millions of emails that don't work. Start and learn from people who are getting success, test it, scale it, implement on an ongoing basis. Thanks for listening. Talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye. So thanks for watching. If you like these videos, don't forget to click like and subscribe to our channel at the bottom here, and you'll see much more sales and marketing tips from me, Stefan Boyle. Take care.